Anxiety, is it our friend or our foe? Well, anxiety is definitely our friend. It's a survival mechanism. It stems back to caveman days. Anxiety alerts us when there is danger. So imagine the saber-toothed tigers roaming around. When we see one, anxiety kicks in for the fight or flight response. So fast forward to civil times, and we still get the same physical responses, except our danger is not a saber-toothed tiger, it's a perceived danger. So what happens is our brain is there again as that survival mechanism, and what it does is it alerts us that anything that's unfamiliar is not safe. So imagine going back again to prehistoric times. There's a tree with lots of berries on it, yet no one's ever tasted it. They would be very reluctant to eat the berries because they could die. So our brain does the same thing. Something that's not known or it's unfamiliar, it's very unsafe. So it's not your brain, it's the brain. Anytime we're going to step into the unfamiliar territory, our brain will kick in to try and keep us safe. So when we're moving into that new territory, the what ifs kick in. And because we are negatively biased, we're always going to think what if from the very worst case scenario. And then our thoughts create our feelings, create our physical responses to those feelings. And that's where we start getting our rapid heartbeats or panic attacks or however your anxiety manifests. So what is the antidote against anxiety? Well, that would be to keep it in the present, because if we're going to be jumping into the future with the what ifs, it's usually on a negative basis. And when we ponder about the past with regret, that's rumination and brings about depression. So how do you keep it in the present? You go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can touch, 1 thing you can taste. And you just draw on that activity as often as you can. It really brings things down to the present. Breathing is also fantastic because it puts space between the rapid thoughts going on in the head and calms the body down on a cellular level. Lastly is attached to gratitude. It's impossible to be grateful and anxious at the same time. So anxiety is definitely our friend. It's there for our benefit, but we need to learn how to control our anxiety instead of letting our anxiety control us. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.